Welcome back to Knitting in Our Jeans. I'm Liz.
I'm Carolyn.
Who's apparently dropping things.
I am dropping things.
Hopefully not stitches.
Well, you never know.
On Instagram and Ravelry, you can find me as TooLizForYou, TOOLIZZFORYOU.
What I was doing, I split a stitch. I'm using Barocco for the something I'm going to show you all, and it's a little splittier than say a full wool or some of the other wools I normally work with. But it's machine washable, which for the project is critically important.
Yes.
So anyway, I'm CPREDMOR on Ravelry. On Instagram, I posted a couple things.
You did?
As Knitting in Our Jeans. So some of the things I'm going to be talking about today are on the Instagram. Our boat is supposed to splash into the water this week.
I'm very excited.
I am very excited.
If it's next weekend, I can come and help.
Yes. Well, we can actually move it without the sails on. I mean, if we take the sail up to Huntington, we checked the sails for defects today.
The jib has some issues.
We found a few places where it's showing its age, aren't we all? And so I persuaded my husband to take it up to the sail maker. Rather than having 16 different patches on this thing, to maybe put one large panel, because most of the damage was on a particular edge of the sail. So it needs to be in about, 15, 18 inches, then up about 9 feet. Ouch. Anyway, and I think that would make a better repair.
I think we just need new sails.
But if we get a new boat, we don't need new sails. So, we're talking about painting the cabinets in the kitchen. So, he does it when he feels he's motivated to do so.
I know.
So anyway, the point about the boat being splashed in is that I tend to take more pictures when I'm out on the boat and knitting on the boat. And my phone is at hand because usually my phone is nowhere near me. It's downstairs, we're upstairs. I don't really think about it.
Because you have your iPad.
I have my iPad.
Which is also why I tend to call you over FaceTime if you haven't noticed, so that you can pick up on your iPad.
Well, even if you call me on the phone, I can pick up on the iPad.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yes, I can pick it up on my watch. I can pick it up on my iPad.
Well,
I can pick it up on the computer.
Right, but I usually call you on the on FaceTime so that you can pick it up on the iPad, because I know that's with you, so that you don't have to go running for the phone.
Generally, it is, unless I'm involved in helping your father do something critically important.
Yes, critically important.
Critically important. So anyway, the boat goes in the water. We will be doing day sailing probably up until late June, because where we usually like to sail is towards New England. So obviously it's Connecticut, which is New England, Block Island, which is Rhode Island, again New England, and then Cape Cod, bingo, Massachusetts. Earlier this season, or in the spring, your father wanted to know if I wanted to go up to Maine, and I said, well, let's see how everything goes, because I think you all may remember that we didn't go overnight last year for two reasons. One, because my knee was giving me tremendous problems, and as long as I am fairly regular in riding my bicycle, whether it's the bicycle that travels over ground or the bicycle that stays stationary, my knee is pretty happy. And as I lose weight, it seems to get happier and happier.
Good.
So that's a good thing. And the other reason was that you couldn't get off the boat. You couldn't get on land last year because of COVID quarantine restrictions. And one of the things that we made a rule about is getting off the boat at least once a day and being able to take a walk. Well, now that Rich and I are double vaxxed, and the states that we consider visiting are relaxing their restrictions. I don't know about Rhode Island at the moment, but friends of ours texted me a picture of them going out to eat at one of the outdoor fried food clam shack type of things. So obviously the clam shacks are up and running in Rhode Island. So there's places that we could go to get off the boat, walk around, eat on shore, and then get back on the boat. So that makes it much more attractive and useful, and I won't have my joints just fusing in place because we couldn't get off the boat. So we do plan to be in Connecticut and Rhode Island around the 4th of July, which will be nice. I think we're going to show up in Connecticut just after the 4th.
Yeah.
So anyway, there will be pictures aplenty. We are going to be taking a trip down south, in 3 weeks?
Yes.
To see my mom and my brother and my sister-in-law.
And probably your niece. And
well, has she gotten the vaccination?
Yes.
She has. Okay, then fine. She's the one who's a bit wild.
No, but she did. She talked to me about it.
That's great. This niece decided to go to Ireland last year.
Right before.
For St. Patrick's Day. She almost didn't get home. She decided that these are the things to do, and it was her prerogative, but oh my God, I'm glad I wasn't her parent. My hair would have been turning white. You would have been gray.
No, all of Daddy's gray hairs would have gone completely white. I'm still working on the back of his neck.
I mean, we had
yes
whispers and large discussions already about what was going on, and so she takes off for Ireland. I love Ireland. Yes. I love Ireland.
Which is fine. But so we will get to see them.
Yes, we can see them. One niece is in Miami, still at school. She's working on PhD, so I don't think she's coming home.
I don't think so.
Anytime soon. So we've got that planned. So there may be pictures of plenty of Virginia and my brother's new house is on the James River, and I hear from you.
It's gorgeous.
That it's gorgeous. So, with luck, we'll be able to bundle my mother into the car.
I don't think there's any luck. I think there's just, Nan, get in the car.
I think that's what it is. We're all going. Get in the car. You're going to go too. And we'll be back tonight.
And we'll take my car, and we'll just bundle her in the back with me. Room. And I'll knit during the trip down, and she'll be very interested about how I'm knitting on the way down and how I'll be knitting wrong.
Yeah.
Because I knit differently from her. Right, but it's just very funny because we'll just distract her by having her sit with me and having her tell me how I knit wrong. It's fine.
And my allergies have been attacking my face this week, so...
Because the pollen has been high.
Yes, for any of you who have allergies, believe me, you have my sympathy because my eyes itch, my throat itches. Yeah, it's about time for me to take the next 12-hour pill. Although my allergy medicine works very well, but mine tends to keep you awake. So I am back to sleeping 4 or 5 hours a night.
I'm sorry.
It is what it is. It's not like I'm setting an alarm.
Which is funny, considering usually I'm up with you, and last night, I think that was my own fault.
You fell asleep.
I did because I did a workout, and then I worked yesterday, and I walked the building, which is a 10-story building. I walked down it 3 times, and I walked up once. So yeah.
Oh yeah,
that would be
fine.
Tuckering out, and I did a workout the morning before I went to the office because
you're so fit.
No, because I'm crazy. Like, why did I think that was a smart idea? Someone explain this to me.
I walked over to Walgreens. Oh, I forgot. I still didn't get my one prescription. I walked over there yesterday to get my allergy pills, and
you forgot your prescription.
Well, yeah, completely over my head. So I'll do that tomorrow.
Yeah.
So yeah, been walking, riding the bike, doing all that kind of stuff. So
good.
Pretty happy. Hope you all are doing well too.
Yes.
I don't know anything else. Do you know of anything else in general?
Your birthday's next weekend.
My birthday is next weekend, a week from today.
I know. Yes. I'm very excited.
I'm glad you are.
Well, I'm excited because
we're going to have ice cream.
Yes, I will go get us ice cream.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes.
And then it'll be your choice for takeout Sunday?
Yes, I'll have to think on that.
You'll have to think on that.
I will have to think on that.
Or we could try somewhere that has outdoor eating.
We could, but could also be chilly.
It could also be rainy next weekend too, right? So, we've been seeing that.
My birthday's early in May. Richard's is late in May, and the difference in the weather is phenomenal.
Yeah.
So,
I know.
Quite often we get out. Well, we used to go down to Avalon for his birthday, and we'd be opening up the house and doing all that kind of stuff. So
Anyways.
So
what have you been doing this week?
Well, I was hoping to, let me just get to the end
So,
of this.
what I did this week, I finished the Pengweeno. I think this is perfect for a little 2-year-old boy.
I love it.
I think he's he's a little bit of a chonker, but I think it'll still fit him, right?
I think that's great.
I think it'll fit him.
I think it's definitely colors he'll be very happy
with. And I think it'll fit, and I think it'll look really cute. So I need to weave in all these ends because I got sick of looking at it, honestly, after doing all of the I-cord.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe tonight during the Oscars I will do that. Okay. So that is done. And then I picked up the Vanilla Reverse socks for my cousin. As you can see, I've gotten to the color change on this sock. I'm now on the heel. These are the socks that come with me to work, so like during meetings and stuff. If I'm not taking active notes, I will pull this out and knit on it, so at least I am concentrating on the meeting, not trying to do the 5 million other things that I could also be doing on my desktop.
I'm terrible at meetings. Because your mind is racing a mile a minute, and usually there's someone droning on, drone. And it's like, get to the point. I'm sure you all have been to meetings like that.
Oh, yes. We had one point in a meeting on our Wednesday where we said, okay, can you give us a 5-minute rundown on this? 20 minutes later, still not done.
Anyway, I finished something.
You did?
Yes.
So cute. Waffles is so cute.
Yes. And
little tail.
Okay. So I am 4 rows away from finishing the jacket.
Oh, good.
So let me show you what it looks like. I'm pretty pleased. Yesterday, this is not the Aran weight that
it was called for.
But then neither is Waffles.
Right.
So I did have to lengthen the body and the sleeves because they were not as long as I wanted them to be. Now, perhaps, it's just a stuffed animal. It would have been fine.
It would have been fine, but as I said, if it will bug you when you gift it, then you should fix it, and you did.
Yes, and I did. So here we go. So now we have the red jacket. I haven't picked out. Whoops.
We haven't blocked this one yet.
No, this. Well, obviously, I'm still working on it.
I know.
And there are 3 buttonholes in this.
Very nice.
So I can go downstairs and get some of my multicolored buttons. I have some wood buttons that are, I think, I'm not, what I can do is I can sew them on, not so that they go through the buttonhole, and then just do snaps, I think. I think that's a much better idea. Or Velcro. Yeah. If I can find the Velcro, I'll do the Velcro. Although that could be
dangerous with it being in a knit
yarn.
Yeah.
So
maybe snaps.
I think on that. Snaps would work. So that is, and then
it'll have a hoodie, right?
Yes, and then it has a hoodie. So I've got 4 more rows, which is basically the ribbing of the cuff, as you can see here, to do over here, and then there's a hood. I pick up around the neck edge and the hood comes over. So I'm very, very happy with that. Nice. Yes.
So I think I have to weigh this because I did put a few rows on it. And I'm like within 2 grams of hitting halfway through the ball of this last color on my knee highs.
Oh, wow.
And I think once I hit that, then I will start, because I'm very, I'm where I would put the ribbing, essentially. So I think then I'll go up the needle size, as I had said before, to start accommodating for the calf. Because I think I want to make them, so I'm going to stick my foot kind of in your face, but not. So I think I'm going to make them to about right at my knee joint. I don't know if you can see. I have a very prominent bone at top of my tibia. It's
and you
hereditary.
Tell me that everybody doesn't have that.
Apparently. But everyone in our family does.
Yeah, I know.
I know.
Very odd.
Well, genetics.
But if you see it on everybody that you're close to, you assume
it's normal.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
I didn't either. Not until you brought it up.
I know. So I think I'm going to do it approximately the measurements so it gets up to there.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that'll be a nice sock, and I think it'll be nice just to know.
Very good.
In terms of, like, if I can do that, and I think it'll be really comfy.
And
so
if we go back to doing knitting lessons, or, you know, then it's something we can expand into.
Yes.
Which would be nice.
I mean, I am using the Lavagna Petrocelli pattern as a guide, because she is a formula.
Is that a free pattern?
It is.
Well, then that would work out just fine.
Yeah. So, I think it is. I don't recall.
Well, I'm sure we could find a pattern.
Yes, but it's free. A formula. So, it works out pretty well.
Yes. All right.
Yes.
And from there, we could maybe even think of just the generic toe-up pattern that could be done.
Yes.
Okay.
We could also think of it given
or maybe we do a change to my edition sock and have the edition sock be a knee-high.
Or given, you know what? I'm going to save my thought for a later episode, because it'll be better to explain it in a few weeks.
Okay.
I hate to do that, because I hate when YouTubers and podcasters do say, you know, they have a secret project. It's not a secret project, but I just don't want to jinx things. So, yeah. So, on the thread of baby knits, I swatched for two, because they're two that already have the blankets made, one of which is going to be gifted in 2 weeks, and one which will be gifted soon. So I swatched for Tin Can Knits Chromatica and Bumble. So Bumble is the one that will be gifted with the blanket, with the zigzag blanket, in 2 weeks. And so I got Gauge on size 8s here, and I really like it, so I'll cast that on this week. And I have made one of them before, and it only took me 4 days, so I'm really hoping that I can do it just as quickly this time. And that's out of Cozy Colorworks and an Ella Ray.
Nice.
And this is
that.
Chromatica. This is the lace pattern for Chromatica, out of a cotton, actually. It's a cotton. It is, let me see if I can pull out one of the balls that's in this bag. It's called Lolly by Debbie Bliss. It's Conway Bliss for Debbie Bliss.
Oh, that is great.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the largest size my yarn will allow for, because then it can be worn as a dress, as a youngin', then a tunic, and then a top. And so it can grow essentially with the kid. I'm hoping it'll become a favorite, but I also think it's just a really good, and for cotton, it has beautiful, like, it's a beautiful stitch definition on that lace. Like, I didn't even have to block it, really.
And when is this youngin' being born?
This summer.
Perfect for summer.
Yeah, and so I thought a nice little dress that she could put a onesie on under would be really cute.
Our onesies arrived, so we've got...
Oh, good!
See all of that.
Oh, cute!
There's more over there.
I'm going to keep the gift receipts.
Yeah, they're over there.
And then little
So
serviettes.
this is a hooded towel.
Yep, and baby washcloths. And
so we bought
us.
utilitarian things as well as giving the knitted items.
Yes.
So that's really good. I've been doing more of the under eye shadow hiding with a stick. I think I'm going to start using foundation in a stick, because it's so much fun. You get to draw on your face. Well, you know, I've had cases where the liquid just kind of squirts all over the place, and this you just draw on your face. It's much more controllable.
Well, I have the concealer that's in a, like, big pen, but it's a liquid in that, and it's on a roller ball, and I like that.
Oh, no, this is like
I've used that.
I'm really happy with it.
Good.
Yeah, I actually ordered the wrong thing. I thought I was getting something else. I thought I was getting something from Kat Von D, which I had used before, and somehow the finger clicked on the wrong thing. It happens. You know it happens. And this came, and I'm like, I like this.
That's good.
Yes. What have you got there?
So, the rest of my Winterpalooza stuff from Lady Di Yarns came.
Oh, that's so pretty.
So it's a slubby yarn. This is beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
I don't know what it's going to become, but it will become something. It's got little slubs in it.
Is it cotton?
No, it's wool. It's super
Really?
wash. Yeah.
It almost feels like a cotton.
I know. I think it's
You only got one?
They only gave one.
Can you order more? This would be a cute top.
I know. I don't think I can.
That would be a gorgeous top.
I know. So then this other bag came. So this is, I know. Well, I mean, I won't turn it down.
No.
So if anyone's on the fence about Lady Di kits, you know I really love them. They're you know, and
she has such great stuff.
Well, and she works with such great people.
Yes.
So I think she puts together a good kit, and I really like just the quality. Yes, they're expensive, yeah, but I think they're very worth it. I know I got this one on the Black Friday sale, and I actually had a gift card from her that I put towards another kit that I did order. But I do think that if you're looking at them, I know she does kits, not really advents for the holiday season, and I know those are up right now.
Oh, are they?
I think they're really worth it. Like, if you're thinking about it, I think they're really worth it. I think she provides a really high quality kit. And if you're someone who has had advents in the past and really wants an advent, I think go for that. But if you like the themes that she's putting out, I highly recommend her kits.
I think I'm going to avail myself of my local yarn shop towards the holidays and put something together for myself that way.
I was going to say, are you going to give me instructions and I will put one together?
That's an idea.
We'll see. We will confer.
I'm just now starting with the idea of getting back into visiting the local yarn store, and but how much do I need to buy? That's the other problem. I mean, I'm trying to work through some of my projects, which are now lining the closet in there. So, and getting organized, it's made me realize I really don't need a whole lot more. Be that as it may.
You never need it. But that's why buying yarn and knitting with yarn are two different hobbies.
Well, they are. And, you know, there's nothing up here that I'm sorry that I bought.
Right.
Nothing.
Well, and it's
so at that point, there's no regrets at all. It will all be used. It's just that there's so many other things that I'm doing. So my weaving loom is in the closet, and I haven't finished the towel that's on that. So weaving, I'm finding weaving to be fascinating. The counted cross stitch, the knitting, and now sailing season's coming. So I have to say I have not been bored. I think this whole year would have been so much worse had I had to figure out how to teach. You know, 3 or 4 classes.
Yeah, well, I was going to say
regular,
because you finished your last class during the beginning of this.
I did, but mine were both set up to be online, and they were not interactive classes, so we didn't go live at the same time. They were MBA classes, and the MBA online classes were set up so that I could put the material out there. I recorded my vocals, my video, and then there were projects that people would do, and they would do videos. They would get back to me. So there was a back and forth, but it wasn't at the same time.
Yeah.
And that worked out very well. And so last year, this time, no one was surprised at my class because it was set up to be online. And even my engineering class, I was doing the videos, and then I had a teaching assistant who then was in the classroom doing the exercises. And I had the first 6 weeks of class. So I finished my engineering class right as everything clamped down. So they were able to get through my part entirely.
Yeah.
I would not have wanted to be the engineering professor who suddenly had to flip his part of the class from in-class discussion to online, because that's a whole I mean, I worked all fall to get my 6 weeks set up, and to make sure that everything got sent. So anyway,
kudos to all of the teachers out there who
try to teach online the way that you teach in the classroom. I think it's incredibly difficult.
And not even that, but who then decided to, or who changed their entire teaching style
so that
so that it was conducive for your students online.
Very difficult, because myself in class and myself online are two different animals. When I'm teaching in a classroom, I'm going in among the desks.
Yes.
I'm sitting down and talking to someone who's in the back row.
You're getting yelled at by your Apple Watch, whether you fell down or not.
I know. My Apple Watch, when I go like this, my Apple Watch would beep and say, "Did you fall down?" And I know I didn't fall down. So I'm a much more active person in the classroom than what we had set up online. So I was just incredibly lucky that my entire spring semester had been set up to be online. Anyway, so we're moving past that, and we're starting to look at getting out and about, which is fun, actually.
Yeah.
So last week, I said my goal was to get this to the point where I could roll this up. So look at what I have done.
Oh, my word.
We now have the roof shadow coming down on the building. We've got the flower boxes going. And so there's 5 rows. 5 boxes to here.
So there's nothing here, or is that a white?
That's
white. Oh, it's white. Okay.
That's white.
Sorry, it doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it's filled in. So here, what you do, Mom, on these, what's easier is just to slide them off. So if you have a Q-snap, the easier way to pull your is to have your daughter do it.
Right. I find it much easier to pop them off.
But what you can do is I usually hold it against my body and pull so that it comes off under my arm. For these larger pieces, like larger frame sizes, that's what I tend to do. Just got to make sure that you're not pulling apart the frame, which happens just because of the friction.
Physics of the thing.
Yeah.
So now you can see that I had done this part.
Yeah.
It was in a round hoop. But you can see that this is where it folded over. So now I'm going to pull it up. What?
I was going to say, why don't we put it on the table here. Because I just moved one of my pieces. So.
Oh, did you?
And then you fix it where you want it at the bottom.
Let me get there. Because also, where is this at the top? I think that will work. So let's, actually, since it's less fabric down here, let's clip it here first. Come on. And if we miss 1 or 2 of the boxes down below, that's okay. You can get it later, yeah. Here, I can get it. Yeah, you go for it. I'm worried about messing up the stitches. No. There you go. Yeah, look. So now, where it looked like I just had this little bit, now we can finish the boats and do all that kind of stuff. I'm so excited. And you have so much to do. This box that's over here, this one is excess. Mm-hmm. So the fact that it's on the stretcher makes never mind. Oh, good. So that's great. Your father keeps looking and goes, "That's really moving along." He loved Italy's northern. He loves, as much as he grumbles, he loves traveling. He does love traveling. We'll have to move that a little bit, but anyway, I'm going to put it on the other side first. Good. Whoops. Okay. So he does love traveling, even though he grumbles about getting me through airports, etc. But I bet you'll do better now with your new knee. Well, I'll do better now with my new knee, and I will do better since my carry-on now has wheels. Yes, you got the fantastic. I did. You got that. I love also how you got that right before lockdown. I know. Who knew? But I knew that we'd be traveling, and whether we traveled last year or we traveled this year or the year after, it really doesn't make a difference because I'm going to use it anyway. Yes. And that has worked out quite well. Go. Yes. So there's my new scrim. And you can see that 5 rows was just right.
Yeah.
For what I needed to fold over.
I was going to say, because it's up in here is where I was worried about that chimney.
Yes, but what I was working on just now is right there.
Yeah.
Yes. So I had figured out that I needed to get down to box. This is going up 1 through 20. I needed to be at 15.
I'm just going to give you a clue. Mm. When you're holding it at the top, you're going to want to fold this over because you'll start catching the fabric underneath, because I've done that.
I had to worry about that down here.
It's a little bit more weird to do. Like, it's not as intuitive when it's up at the top, I have found. So
it wasn't intuitive
tips and tricks. So...
but anyway, back to Richard loves this. And so he keeps looking at it. How's it going? What's it doing? And I honestly thought it would go faster. But as I said, there's been so many things I've been doing, like reading.
Oh, I know.
I've been reading like a fool. And then I've had several book clubs this year. And I'm still involved with one for the Episcopal Church.
And I think we'll probably restart the one for our local church soon.
Probably. The one for the countrywide, which is becoming beloved community, is very intense. There's a lot of reading that's going on, so I'm glad that ours kind of fell out, because there are chapters and it's not just 1 or 2 chapters. Last week there was 3 chapters in one book, 1 chapter in another book, and 2 hour-long movies to watch.
Wow.
Interesting. Since it's live and we're doing Zoom, it's supposed to be. I would think it would be a discussion. It's not. It's individual exposition. So all of us have read, and then the moderator then says, well, what did you think? And what did you think? So instead of building off of each other, we're like expounding our own ideas. And you really only end up with one go-around in an hour when there's 8 people. And instead of building, it just... It's a reiteration. Nice that most of us are finding the same things. That would be the point.
But you were hoping for more discussion.
I was hoping for more discussion, and they broke up my group that I had in the beginning. I think because one of the main leader was having surgery last week. So I think he found out that he needed surgery, and so they needed to break up the group. And that was a group that we did seem to have more discussion instead of this one by one by one. Now, I have to say that the fellow who had surgery has been in the ministry for 30-some years, so he's experienced. It's like an experience.
It's
like an experienced professor, you know? I know that if you gave me almost anything other than advanced, calculus 3 or physics 3, I can handle this. If I can get through the book 2 chapters ahead of you, I can handle this. It helps that I like physics.
I'm not gonna lie, I would laugh my butt off to watch you teach an engineering class, like from like a straight engineering class.
Right. Well,
mostly because you'd be like, all right, so. Okay, so, and you'd have like a full chapter of notes to like go through, and it would make me so happy.
It would just be amusing. Statistics.
I know, it's just amusing. The thought of it is just amusing to me.
But one of my favorite classes in college was physics.
I know.
So, they just never said, oh, by the way, if you like physics, you could be an engineer too. Never mentioned. One of the problems of going to college when I did, never even mentioned, no whisper of hint of things. Not to say that I haven't enjoyed my entire career, which I did. So, in my next life.
I was going to say, but you like living vicariously as an engineer through me.
I enjoy my experiences with you with Richard, all that kind of stuff. So we continue to look for a used boat. Mm-hmm. Everyone I find, he finds a problem with. He's obviously not ready. When he's ready, hold on to your hats and hold on to your wigs, because we'll be out the door and buying something.
It'll be
fast.
Hilarious. I can't wait.
It's coming, and he's going to say it for me. I can see that you would be better. You would enjoy this better. Well, yeah, but obviously you would too. Otherwise, you wouldn't be giving in. So, Anyway, so things are moving along. I will go work on my counter cross stitch during the Oscars. We figured out that I've seen 3 of the movies that are up for awards.
I've seen 2.
You've seen 2. I think your father has seen 2.
Okay.
Because didn't he watch the Moon one?
Yes.
Yes. He did not watch
Walkers with us.
No. So they've seen 2, and I've seen all 3. So,
but that's out of the many multiples of
40,
movies.
50.
Right. There's a few that are definitely on our list, but we just haven't gotten to them yet.
I forget about it.
Well, and also movies,
Saturday night, and we could look at them on Netflix, and it just...
And movies just aren't usually our bag.
No, usually it's shows.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, murder mysteries is our bag.
Yeah. It's also good to keep Dad interested.
Yes, we've been watching, we've gone back, Rich and I have gone back to watching Poirot, Hercule Poirot.
Which, I'm not going to lie, for someone who grew up with it, is primo sleeping TV. Like, I can wake up at any time, know what's going on, know who the bad guy is within like 3 seconds. It's great. And
Rich likes it because there's a little bit of mystery, but usually the person is dead either before it starts or just immediately after, so he hasn't gotten
emotionally connected. Yes.
And the society mores are so foreign to him that he doesn't feel attached at any point.
Yes.
He doesn't like any kind of mystery or crime where there's any kind of children involved or young women involved. He gets hysterical. So
it's okay. It's
period pieces are best for him. So if they, Agatha Christie is good. Dorothy Sayers is excellent. And if I could find, I would buy Busman's Honeymoon if I could find the original version that was filmed in Great Britain. I think it was 1932 or something like that.
Yeah, we can't find it anymore.
No, we can't find it. If anybody can find it, let me know. I will buy it in a heartbeat because the people that they've got acting in it are fantastic. The U.S. update of it is ridiculous. So, not for me, not believable. Someone who has read all the Dorothy Sayers books, but those mysteries are the ones that he likes. So he
the
likes
Fishers. He can do
this. Well, again, they're the country
mysteries.
home,
cozy mysteries,
pie in the sky, that kind of thing. There's a much more modern one on BritBox or Acorn, one of the two. My Life is Murder.
Oh.
And it's a woman who is retired from the police department as a retired superintendent who got a bequest from an aunt, and that's quite nice. And so she bought her apartment, and she's trying to learn how to bake bread. And of course, the whole premise is that the fellow who was her boss comes to her and says, "I've got this one that we don't have enough people to stick at it, and kind of up your alley. And if you don't solve it, you don't solve it. Don't worry about it." And she goes,
"Well, it's like the old dogs, New Tricks."
Yes. New Tricks was also good. We've been through all of that. So, unfortunately, the ones he really likes, they do tend to stop filming. But yes, we look under the category of cozy mysteries, and that fits him to a T. So, so then we can both find something we can watch. As I said, Hercule Poirot has been a fave.
Yeah.
I think much more for him than the Miss Marples.
Yes.
So anyway, anything else, my dear?
I think that's it.
I will tell you that Lion Brand Yarns is having sales almost every week.
I was gonna say I do have packages at the apartment though that I know
next
about
week.
that I will show you all next week.
Right. So Lion Brand Yarn, I have found something in my email every week that has been on sale, and then Michael's and another one of the do-it-yourself home stores was running something where it was 30% off all their yarns. Now, I'm not saying they're wools, but all their yarns. And as you can see, this is 100% acrylic over here. So not a yarn snob.
No.
You suit the materials to what their uses are. And that should end up being a toddler outfit. And so that makes perfect sense. Into the washer, into the dryer, back on the child. Excellent.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's about all we know.
Yeah.
We've got ends to weave in.
Yes.
I've got the jacket to finish, and then I'm going to work on my counter cross stitch.
And we will see you all next week.
Bye.
Bye.